Welcome back, everyone. This week we're going over the weekly performance report, and the noticeable activities of my portfolio over the last week is that I sold the position I had in Victoria's Secret, and I bought Rubicon Organics, which is a Canadian listed company, ticker symbol ROMJF. If you want to look it up. I'm going to eventually do a full write-up on it myself, so I'm not really going to say too much about it. They're a premium producer of cannabis products. They got multiple brands in Canada, and it seems they're going into the vape industry. That's allegedly going to grow net sales by 20%, and we're looking at contract growers of an additional 1,000 kilos. That should add multiple percents to the sales, and then you contribute and factor in the added bench space, and you're looking at seemingly 20 to 40% revenue growth for either the fiscal year of 2024 or how I'm looking at it, which is just the next 12 months, which would put you halfway into 2025. And that seems to be decent revenue growth. And anybody who knows or has been following this channel knows that I had a short foray into Organigram and Chronos, and subsequently sold those positions and bought more Grown Rogue with it. And I was trying to get some Canadian exposure, and I just wasn't really feeling those. And I thought the value proposition for Grown Rogue was much better. So that's why I sold them. And I like this play better for Canadian exposure. And I'll get in all that when I make the report, so let's move on. I ended the week down 1.32%. This is now my fourth week of negative returns, and my year-to-date performance, if you look at this image, I was at the end of May up 21.69%, and now I would say I'm roughly 13-14% year-to-date, and the S&P is roughly 14% year-to-date. So I'm pretty much, give or take a percent or two, in line with the S&P, which is quite a lead to give up, but it's a perfect mirror image to the beginning of the year in January and February, when I was down, I think 3%, and the S&P was up 7%. So I was lagging by about 10 percentage points, and now I've lost 10 percentage points and I'm in line. So I went from being behind 10 points to ahead by 10 points to now being break even, and that's a lot of volatility. And it is what it is. It's part and parcel of the game I play, and I'm aware of that, so be it. There was a lot of, for all the volatility and movement in my portfolio, for me to only be down, I don't want to say only down, but for me to be down, 1.32% isn't the worst. Valaris, Tidewater, the offshore space in general had a nice pop at the beginning of the week as a consequence of Noble buying out Diamond Offshore, and those names ran up 7, 10, 13%, and they gave it all back. I mean, I don't know about Noble and Diamond, but the Valaris and Tidewater, the big pops they had, it just bled off for the rest of the week. St. Joe down, Genius Sports down. I mean, down. Uranium down on the year. St. Joe down on the year. What else? A-Mark Precious Metals. That's an interesting one. It finally closed the gap. So we'll see what happens. If there's overall market weakness, it might fall below the gap. But, you know, a gap close is a pretty good spot to put in a buy order and establish a position or add to a position. Insofar as I'm concerned, that's not investment advice. So might be doing some of that in the upcoming week. And with that said, that pretty much explains my portfolio and what happened this week. So thank you for watching. Until next time.